Hi, this is Ariella Carmel, and I'm at Calcalist's Israel-Japan conference in Tokyo. I'm joined by Oded Hermoni, a managing partner at J Ventures. Thank you for joining me, Oded.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So can you tell me a little bit about J Ventures and what you do?
So J Ventures is a bit different kind of a VC fund. We manage about $70 million. We are based in Silicon Valley, so I'm from Silicon Valley, though I'm Israeli. And many years ago, we thought that the business model or the way VCs are structured is limiting the ability for them to really bring value to the companies and to bring the LPs to be more involved and engaged in the fund. So we created a capitalist kibbutz, what we call, which is we have 400 investors in all individuals. 150 of them are VCs in the day job from all the big VCs in Silicon Valley in Israel. 100 of them are serial entrepreneurs, and 200 of them are executives, mostly C-level and VP in corporate America and some of the largest companies like Google, Facebook, and so on. And the way we are structured is that when we invest in a company, we see about 2,400 deals a year, and 85% of them are VC backed before. So we see them from Andreessen Horowitz and Sequoia and all the leading funds in the world. But the process of the due diligence that we are doing is with the community. So we bring the right experts to meet the companies. If this will be a product company, we'll bring the VP product of Slack, Airtable, and Tinder, and Twitter, and whatever, or Facebook. And in this process, we also try to bring the value add in the process or after we make investment itself. So we are very much engaged with the company, and we invested very broadly. We invest in US companies or Israeli companies, from companies in AgTech like Be Hero, that is one of the was in your list of the most promising companies in Israel, and now in CNBC. Viv, which is leading the PropTech world, Visby, which is leading the diagnostic world, Bright Security, Desktop, in cyber, Explicium. We invested in healthcare companies like Vista or Calmigo.
So there's no particular sector or field that you're focused on?
No, as long as we have the right experts within the fund. And we always have.
Of course.
It's enough.
Now, can you tell me a bit about how Japanese investors enter the story and what your interest is there and what you're seeing in terms of Japanese and Israeli and American collaboration and business relationships?
So I know Japan for many years, but I haven't seen them very much involved with the tech as they were supposed to be in Silicon Valley or in Israel. It takes a long time for Japanese corporate to move. Once they are there, they don't go back. They are very much engaged. And we are now in this process that they felt that they are outside of what's happening in the technology world, and now they want to be very much engaged in a lot of different areas, from industry to AI, to life science, to supply management, to fintech, to cyber. So we see them in very broad areas of investments. If I look at our portfolio, that is about 60% US-based and 40% Israeli, Japan or Japanese investors, corporates, are on the cap table of about 30% of our portfolio right now.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
That's a lot.
And those companies raise money from top-tier VCs in US. It's interesting to see them also as a funding source, but also as partnership source. And many of them are partnering in the Japanese market. So we have companies in the area of healthcare, and Japan is very interested. Both companies are in the area of managing crises like panic attacks or post-trauma or things like that. In Japan, because of the nature of the community right now, is facing a lot of anxiety. So Calmigo and Gray Matters are very suitable for this market. Another company that we have is reusing gray water in buildings, and the need of fresh water or how you reuse water is something that is relevant to Japan as well as to another country.
So my last question is, you mentioned that American companies, US-based companies, are also looking to Japan for investment. Do you think that Israel's relationship with Japanese investors is part of a larger trend that Western companies, tech companies, are a part of in terms of looking to Japan for more investment?
100%, because what happened is that Silicon Valley was so self-centered. We had some big funds coming outside, like SoftBank was one of the most dominant. This is Japanese money. But in general, we didn't notice the Japanese as active as we thought they should be in the market. What happened is that because Silicon Valley is a bit closed now, first of the resources of raising another fund from the US investors, then many of the VCs are going to other places, from Dubai to Latin America to Australia and to Japan. There's a reason why all the CEOs are coming to Japan right now. Both it's a market, but mostly it's a partnership from manufacturing to funding. And Silicon Valley, because of the situation that we are now in this downturn, needs to look beyond Silicon Valley. And suddenly markets like Japan becomes more attractive because for the past years, Silicon Valley companies competed among themselves in Silicon Valley. They didn't go out. Even Chicago was a remote place. So now Japan is very attractive for both. And big VCs are coming here to raise money. So the competition is bigger. But I think the advantage Israel has, it's a small boat. Silicon Valley is still a big ship. And so it's very easy for Israelis to move from China to Japan. It used to be China very dominant in the Israeli economy. Since 2016 less. And moving to Dubai, moving to Japan, we are very much adventurous in looking for different opportunities, much more than Americans are. So this is the advantage.
Amazing. Well, we're going to have to close the conversation on that note, but thank you so much, Oded.
Thank you so much for interviewing.
Enjoy the conference.
Okay.